Good morning and welcome back, everyone, to yet another Agent Call review. This is something that everyone should have their mentor do for them. Whether it's a good call or a bad call, knowing what you're doing wrong is the first step to doing what is actually right. Remember, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence isn't an act, it's a habit. I'm Ryan Valet, your FExpert or final expense expert, and I have actually made over 20 grand a month for 3+ years as an agent myself off of client booked appointments only. Now, my goal is to help as many agents as I can understand how to truly make a living selling final expense life insurance, whether you're sitting at your desk in a cubicle or dialing in your underwear at home. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let's get into it, guys.
Hello.
Hello, this is calling about the request you put in. You were looking into options for final expenses.
Yes.
So I have your email here let me see, I have your email. Is it an L at
Yeah,
gmail.com?
yeah, that's an L. That's an L.
I see it. Yes, I do. And I have, I'm not sure. All right. And those are your kids?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got you on the phone. My name is Jonathan. I'm a broker here. The call's being recorded for quality assurance. How long have you been looking into options?
I haven't really been looking too much.
All right. So do you currently have something already in place, or would this be the first thing put in place?
I have a little something.
You got a little something?
Yes.
You want to tell me anything about that little something, just so I have an idea of what you got?
Not really.
All righty. All right. Well, hey, I'm a licensed broker, here in the state of.
Is this a term life?
No, this would be a whole life policy that we'd like to talk about.
Okay, that's what I don't want term life anyway. I don't like
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that statement. I can agree with that statement. Um, I'm a broker, so instead of me selling you or trying to see if I can get you approved for one carrier, I'd be looking to shop multiple different carriers, about 40 different companies, and see if we can get you qualified for the best rates. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I was looking at the one and it said, and I don't know whether it applied to me or not for $57, $50,000, and I seen that on there. That's why I looked because I know that was pretty reasonable for whole life, and that's why I was interested.
Okay. Okay. So without knowing anything about the policy that you currently have in place, what we'd be looking at would be a whole life policy to take care of the burial expenses. Are you looking to do a traditional burial, a cremation, possibly leave a gift for your children?
Traditional, maybe if time is left, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just awesome to hear that you're looking into this. Not a lot of people have anything put in place, so it's great to hear that you're looking to put something in place. When it comes to the budget, what kind of coverage are you looking at? Something that is affordable for you. It's
Right,
generally
right.
we like to we like to look at those kind of options. So when it comes to that, we could look at, a large number policy, something that we can't afford, but there's no sense in talking about that. What we really want to do is kind of look at something that you can afford 6 months to a year down the road, something that's not going to take any food off the table. We could always increase the policy, but we can't decrease the policy. Does that make sense?
Right.
All right. And what kind of a budget would be affordable for you if you were to give me a range, say $100 to $150? Are we looking more $60 to $80? What kind of a range would we be looking at, Susie?
Probably 60 to 70.
60 to 70? Okay. All right. And when it comes to term and whole life, you had already mentioned it, but do we know the difference between the two, or would you like me to give you a little explanation?
No, you don't have to. I know the difference.
Awesome. So with whole life policies that we would look at, everything that we're talking about will never change due to age and health, guaranteed never to increase. I'm assuming that if we were able to get you approved for a policy today, your coverage would be coming out of just like a checking account. Would that be correct?
Yes.
All right, all right. And um, everything that we're going to talk about is in regards to your age and health. So with that, I was looking to see if you could give me your date of birth. Right, and let me just, I'm going to go ahead and put your information in here, and we can see if we can give you some numbers. Does that sound like a good idea? All right. And I have the information that was given to me here is that correct?
I didn't where you get that from.
Oh, is that correct?
That's what I put in.
Just, all right. So going forward here, Susie, I'm going to ask you some medical questions. As I said, everything that we're going to talk about is in regards to age and health to get you the best price and see if we can get you qualified. I'm just going to ask you some health questions, and if you could just give me a yes or no, that'll all help us be able to put in the information that we need for your health and for your medications. Does that sound good?
Okay.
All right. So, have you ever used nicotine, tobacco, or marijuana products?
No.
All right. Have you ever been diagnosed with COPD, emphysema, or asthma?
When I was younger, but since I've been of age, I haven't had a problem with it. I don't take anything. Is that what you mean?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in the last couple of years, no issues with the asthma, no inhalers in the
No.
last two
No.
years, no
No.
oxygen, anything like that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Any history of heart attack, stroke, or cancer? Any stents, bypasses, aneurysms, pacemaker, angina, congestive heart failure? Do you have high blood pressure? If I could spell it correctly, that would be good. Let me just get that in. And the other one, your high blood pressure is under control. That is correct.
Yes, it is. I don't have a problem with it.
Awesome.
As long as I'm taking my medicine, I haven't had a problem with it.
That's great. And the other medication that you take, I do have a listing of medications. Could you say it for me the best you can? Could you say it for me one more time? Have you ever been prescribed nitroglycerin and diabetes? And have you ever been prescribed gabapentin or pregabalin? Any kidney or liver issues like cirrhosis, hepatitis, dialysis,
No.
AIDS or HIV? We're almost done. Just a few more. Lupus, MS, Parkinson's,
No.
Lou Gehrig's, Alzheimer, dementia.
No.
Any depression, bipolar, or schizophrenia? Yeah.
No.
Your close family and friends might have something else to say about that. No, I hear you. I hear you. How about have you been hospitalized overnight in the last 2 years? And drug or alcohol abuse?
No.
All right. Any misdemeanors, felonies, or attempted suicide?
No.
All right. So I'm guessing you handle all your daily activities, take care of all your own
Yeah.
hygiene. All right.
Yeah.
And Susie, I got to ask, do you currently work or are you retired?
I retired and working a little bit. Both.
All right. All right. And when you retired, where did you retire from? What were you doing for work?
Cleveland Clinic.
All right. All right. You're a nurse?
Was in IT.
Oh, all right. All right. Oh, geez. Maybe I'm going to keep your number in my personal cell phone. I might have some questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Let me just see here. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this rest of this information in for my in my quoting tool. If could you grab a piece of paper and a pen for me? We could write down some numbers.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I have a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay.
All righty. So as I said, we're going to shop through the onslaught of carriers that we have available. And if you could go ahead and just write 10,000 down for me.
Okay.
Righty. And then if you could write 8,000 down for me. And then underneath that, if you could go ahead and write, we can go, let's go just below that. Let's go ahead and go back to 6. Righty. And then what I'd like you to do is if you could go ahead and underneath that 10,000 or next to that 10,000, if you could write $77.
Okay.
And next to the 8,000, if you could write $62.
Mm-hmm.
And next to the 6,000, if you could write $47.
Okay.
Right. And just for a little something different, we're gonna go to the other side and just so we can see it. Um, if we go up past 10, we're gonna be blowing the budget out. And if that's where we're at between the 60 and 70, I think we've got 3 options here that will work for you. Um, I think we'll just stay with that. Does that sound like it's all right with you?
That's what I was looking at. So no, I mean, I thought I could, when I was looking at the price, I thought I would get a better rate than I already had for something, and it's not. So no,
Yeah, it's
I'm good with it.
I think like I said, it's all comes to age and health and
Right,
when
right. I got you. But
when
this, it didn't say that under there. It said that much, and it went up to like 89 that you could something like that. You know, it had a
Sure,
price
we can
quote
cover
in
up to
between.
89,
So I
but
would have thought it
unfortunately it
would have been
does
a little bit
all
different
life
than that.
insurance is
You
based
know,
on
but
your
it's not.
age.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
just for future reference, all life insurance is 100% based on age and health. And when we wait until we're in our 70s, the price is
Yeah,
going
it
to be
get
up,
high. Y'all
you know.
understand that. Y'all understand that.
If
Yeah.
we were when we were only on the 2
I
beds and
thought I ran across something that was a little bit reasonable, but it's along the line of something I have already. Okay.
all right. And what about adding additional coverage to what you currently have? If we were to jump down to say 5,000 and add an additional $5,000 worth of coverage. Would you
Well,
like to
you
look at possibly doing that?
that's $62, right?
Well, I have for $5,000 coverage, we're looking at $39 and change.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm good. I thank you for your time. That's okay. All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
uh, just real quick before you go, with filling out that request that you filled out, I'm your first call. If you're not interested and you don't want any other calls, then I'm going to go ahead and take you off our list. But if you want to see if
Yeah,
somebody
you
else could give you the same numbers I did, then that's what they're going to give you. But we can,
right. That's okay. You can just take me off the list. I'm good. Thank you.
okay. Well, you have a blessed day, and I thank you for your time.
You too. You too. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Let's recap the call here.
Sure.
So there at the end, good job explaining to her, hey, look, it is based on age and health, so we got to do it is what it is, right? There's not much we're going to change here. When it comes to her options, that's exactly what we need to do is explain to her, hey, look, when it comes to the ad, all ads are designed in a way to let you know that we can offer the best rate. Now, it doesn't mean that that's an offer for everyone of any age because it's all based on age, just like you explained. Um, and I like to go even a step further and say, hey, look, you're going to see all kinds of stuff on Facebook. None of it is really directed exactly towards you. It's directed in a way so that way we can have a conversation and see if that makes sense. Now, when it comes to your process throughout the whole call, the biggest thing that you need to work on is not asking so much. You do a lot of asking. Yeah, so is it okay if we go through a quote? Is it okay if we talk about life insurance? Right?
Okay.
So you want to avoid that. You need to be making assumptive statements, or just moving along assumptively, so that way you're walking them to the path instead of asking them. You never
Okay.
want to ask for their permission. In sales, it's a bad thing to ask for permission constantly. Now, obviously, you want to ask for permission whenever it comes to actually going through the application, because you want them to commit to actually doing it. So you want to ask for their permission to get their social. You want to ask for their permission to get their banking. Now you're still making it more of a statement, but you want them to acknowledge that. Everything else throughout the script is, this is what we're doing and this is how we're going. And this is how it's going to be, right? Um, so as you're going through everything, I think so. Like with her, she wanted to hear, she was willing to talk, and you did good, as it developed, building a little bit of rapport. So that was good, right? However, you want to make sure to get her more engaged, or if you're just going to run right to quote, then just run right to quote. There's no sense in explaining it. When she says, yeah, I know exactly what whole life and term is, still recap it every single time. Every single
Okay.
time. Meaning, hey, look, so you obviously know, and I always like to make it as if they know already, even if they don't. So you already know that term is short for terminates, so it's going to end at some point. Whole life is going to last you your whole life. You do this, one, to reaffirm that they actually know what's actually what's actually what actually is the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two, you do that to walk yourself into the next question or the next statement, which is, so, and I just want you to know that whenever it comes down to it, anything that you and I talk about is never going to change due to age or health. So this is going to stay locked in. Not like AARP, Globe Life, or Colonial Penn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because what I did was I asked her a question instead of making a statement, and I could have just stuck to the script and moved through it, even though she already said she kind of knew what the difference was. But yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Definitely. So you followed the script, but you sound like you're just trying to get through the script. So the goal
Okay.
is to mold the script to your conversation. Really have
Gotcha.
that conversation with the client. Really, what I want to see you start to do is really, and I can tell you've got the ability to do it, right? It's just you're so focused on the script, and you're changing some of the things that I think you don't think are a big deal. Like the opening. Yeah, this is Ryan. You put in a final expense request, right? Like it's really, really bland. Stick to that opening 1,000%. Now,
Okay.
if you get good and if you're selling on a regular basis and you've got something that you feel fits better, then by all means use it. But I can tell you that typically the way you're saying it sounds a little, I don't know how to explain it, uncomfortable maybe.
Okay.
Like it almost, the way you're saying it is almost in a way of, was that a question or am I supposed to answer or what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
So work on that opening. And again, obviously this lady doesn't really pertain to her situation, but with other people, it's going to be huge making sure you're going to get people who will hang up on you right then and there because it sounds awkward.
Okay. I do
Make
notice
sense?
that Yeah, I do notice that I pause sometimes when I'm saying it, and that I think it makes me sound like I'm unsure of what I'm saying, or I'm unsure of what to do next, or yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like what you're doing is uncomfortable.
Subscribe now to be a Fexpert. Do it.